What is up, YouTube again? Sorry, I have not been making near as many videos as I have been prior. For those of you who keep up with the channel, you know, got a lot of new things recently in my life in the last 6 months. I got some footage here from Cloudcroft, New Mexico. You can see it, I'm editing it in the back here now. We were in the area around Thanksgiving. It's currently March 1st, or March 4th, sorry, excuse me. So it's several months old. I wanted to just show you kind of some stuff that we typically do when we go to Cloudcroft. Definitely worth visiting. It's right next to the Lincoln National Forest, so even that is a great spot to go. It's not too crowded, and you know, I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it's still within a day's drive to get there, and it's great things to do. So the first half of this video, I'm just kind of showing some stuff around town, showing the downtown area, stuff like that. And at the end of this video, I'm going to have some footage of me meeting up with a Texas Overland guy who actually just recently moved there, I think 2 years ago, something around that time frame. 2 years, I think, is what he's been over there. And he showed me some of the forest roads and took me to some of the cool spots around the area that he's found in the Lincoln National Forest. So again, the first half of the video is going to just be around town, stuff like that. And then I'll lead into some, you know, off-road videos. It's nothing like crazy off-road, it's just forest roads, but still cool to see nonetheless. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy. I love making this type of stuff. It just, you know, getting it actually edited and up online is time consuming, and I just don't have as much free time as I wish I would. So anyway, without further ado, enjoy the video. Here we are, Cloudcroft, New Mexico. Downtown area here. There's an Otero County Electric Cooperative building here. The same person who designed this building designed and built the cabin my parents have. Gonna be meeting up with another Texas Overland member here tomorrow or the next day. Pretty sweet little spot. Always stop at Burrow Street Bakery. Got a map here, put all where you're from. The best pies here. We always come get a slice or two of pie. Sometimes we get a whole pie to bring home with us. So right here on the corner is where that Burrow Street Bakery is that we got the pie at. Right around here, there's a little tea spot that we like to go into, and they have a whole bunch of localized honeys. There's a winery. You can taste their wine and have some cheese there. There's a few other little bakeries up and down the road here. As I walk across, you can see there's this store called High Altitude right there on the corner. Ever since I was little, I have to go in that store every time I visit Cloudcroft. It's about 2 hours from El Paso, so I grew up coming up here with my parents. It's a super cool little spot. So this is High Altitude. It's kind of like an outdoors store. You might have seen me wear these Safety Third shirts before. This is where I got them. They always have some really witty socks here. Pretty funny. You want to pause it, read some of these?
I'll let you know that.
So here's the tea shop. Old Barrel Tea. Well, I must stop in Cloudcroft is Jacks Mountaintop BBQ. They're only open Thursdays through Sundays. Open at 11. You better get in line at 10 if you want to get stuff. They sell until they're sold out, which is pretty quick. So just be aware, you got to come have somebody in line at like 10:30 if you want to get some stuff. Usually they had enough brisket, but if you want it sides or some of the other stuff. It's funny because you can see down there, it says brother-in-law barbecue. There used to be a Texas Pit barbecue down over there. And then Mad Jack's, this used to be a mercantile. And it was a vacant building for a while. And then this guy, Mad Jack, bought it. He's from Lockhart, Texas, worked at 2 of the 3 major spots down there. He used to buy his sausages from Smitty's, but I think now they make their own. But whenever he opened up, a lot of people that didn't want to eat it or wait in the line here at Mad Jack's went over to that Texas Pit barbecue down there. They since sold it or changed the name. I'm not sure which one, but that one's still pretty good as well. If you don't get here in time or you don't want to wait in the line, I would definitely suggest trying to make it here though. I've eaten at a lot of the Lockhart barbecue places, and this is definitely one that's worth stopping at. It looks like they just built this new extension. You can see that new metal roof right there. I'm not sure if that's going to be like a stage outdoor seating area. They don't have any tables out there yet, but it looks like they got a pit going in there. So maybe soon there'll be something, outdoor seating, something like that. Must stop. Get here early. Open at 11. Here we are at the Old Apple Barn. It's a gift shop here. They just finished kind of refurbing that little apple dude right there. And if you look across over there, it says wild game. You can get elk, boar, all kinds of stuff there. Deer. And there's also a little pie shop there. This is about 10-15 minutes outside of Cloudcroft, heading back towards Alamogordo, El Paso area. So here we are, walking in.
Dude.
Got ice cream, got root beer floats, vintage sodas, Old Apple Barn Bakery, apple cider, all next to some very cool mugs, travel trinkets, a lot of shirts for New Mexico. Super cool store, definitely worth stopping by. Got some hot apple cider at the Old Apple Barn here. Gorgeous view. Another must visit here is the Cloudcroft Brewing Company. They have wood-fired pizzas. Looks like they're just building on over here. Not sure if that's where they're going to do most of their brewing now moving forward. They have a little outdoor patio area with a stage. They have bands come through. I think we usually try to sit out there, so definitely show you. And last I heard, all their beer is made from captured rainwater. Not sure if that's still true, but the guy who designed this building and built it is also the same one who designed and built my parents' cabin. So it's kind of cool to go to these places that he's put together. Got the Viking Ale here. It's 12% beer. It's actually pretty good. I normally don't like beers that come in these little goblets, but this one is very good. So we got the classic wood-fired pepperoni. And the Corey's fave. This is what I always get when I come here. It's super good. Oh, that's a good one.
You want me to take it when your phone's not in it?
Hold on. We got OSHA Trail here, 2.5 mile loop plus a half mile.
Switch trip.
I got my wife tripping here. OSHA Trail, 2.5 mile loop with the half-mile trail between the parking lot up and down. Headed back on the dirt road up to my parents' property. Found this elk. Here we are, Lincoln National Forest. Met up with a fellow Texas Overland member here who actually moved down from the Dallas-Fort Worth area a few years ago into the Lincoln National Forest here. But he drives the 2012 Xterra Pro 4X. We're going on a little trail. I guess he's got some stuff mapped out around here. Hit him up. He lives down the street from my parents' property. So he's taking me out to some secret spots he's found around here. I think we're also going to hit up Sunspot. But right now we're still in Russia Canyon, which is where his cabin and my parents' property is. So we're on our way out now. Super secret nerd base, as Andrew Kidsman calls it. This is, I guess, a missile tracking system for White Sands missile range. So I had to stop here and get some pictures. It's a funny story about how me and Andrew met. That's Andrew up here in the Xterra. I was driving down around my parents' property one day, and this was before they bought their house, and he saw a Texas Overland decal on the back of my window, which is still there, but it's kind of obstructed now with the rear swing outs. But he saw that. I saw him slam on his brakes. I saw his Xterra, and I kind of wondered, as an off-road guy, you always kind of look at other off-road vehicles driving around. I saw him slam on his brakes. We both reversed, talked to each other, found out he was from Dallas. We were from Dallas too at the time. He was from Dallas, but we still are there. And said he was up here considering buying some property out here. And lo and behold, they ended up buying a place about a mile down the road from my parents' place. So here we are today. We're going out to some other dirt roads after going to see that super secret nerd tower over there for White Sands Missile Range. So all this around us is Lincoln National Forest. Here we are at a fire tower. Sun is starting to set. If you do take this trail, I've been routing it on Gaia. I'll just shoot me an email, and I'll share the file with you through Gaia of what I've been going on. From the fire tower, you can see Sunspot Telescope. It's pretty cool. Apparently it was built in the 1950s. There was no road or access up to the area, so they had a whole bunch of Air Force Dodge power wagons that just winched themselves up to the top of the ridge, and then built the whole telescope that way. So it's pretty interesting history on that.
More modern equipment on top, but they're old. They're not steel. They're wood.
Yeah.
Towers. This is a helipad. Again, there's the Oregon Mountains right there. Mordor is what I call it, because of the way they're all jagged looking.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
Back in the woods is like a little picnic shelter. Actually, it's not even little. Pretty big. So, like, airmen would bring their families up for picnics.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just odd. Their septic is all new, so they've invested in that. It's like a little wedding chapel thing going on back there.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So
there's a family tradition. There's a tunnel that goes between Alamogordo and Cloudcroft right up here. It's about half a mile away. We roll the windows down, scream and honk. This tunnel is kind of the marker of the dry, arid area and the more cool and wet climate up in the mountains. So Chapel is asleep, our little baby, so we're not going to scream, but we are going to honk still to uphold part of the tradition. It's not that long of a tunnel, but still. There it is, folks. And we got the overlook Alamogordo White Sands down that way. You can see White Sands at the top of the screen in the horizon. Looks like snow, but it's sand. So you can see my shirt here. We just got some Allsup's world famous beef and bean Allsup's burritos, along with some cheese and green chili. And I was super careful eating my beef and bean, driving along, minding my own business. All of a sudden, Shelby over here starts cracking up. I look down at my shirt, thinking I just spilled something all over my pants and everything. She lets me drive for about another 5 miles before she tells me that she was the one that ended up opening up a taco sauce and it squirted across the car all over my white freaking shirt. Let me think I dropped food on myself for about 5-10 minutes. But that's why I never wear a white shirt, folks. Never. Thanks for watching. I hope you like that. If you like these types of videos, please let me know in the comments below. Like the video, because you know these type of things do take time to film, even when I'm out doing stuff. If you guys don't really like watching this stuff, then I'm not going to spend the time doing it. I also have a video coming up, mainly just going to be pictures that I took on a trip that my wife, one of our friends, and our baby. We went to Big Bend National Park, we went to Marfa, Texas, we went to Carlsbad Caverns, we went to Guadalupe Mountains National Park, and then we did some other stuff around the El Paso area. So with that video, I'm mainly just probably going to show pictures I took along the way. I didn't get much footage on that, but it's still cool to see nonetheless. And we were able to do all that kind of in one loop of a trip. And anyway, if that's something that interests you, go check that out. I'll try and put a card up here on top of the screen so you can have a direct link to that. But anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Like always, hope you're having a great day. Keep on enjoying life out there. Thanks for watching.